Your home for everything soca and everything Carnival. Power 95, soca in Jam Nation. The views expressed in the following program aren't necessarily those of Power 95. Ladies Room. Come see you compliments. Renwick Thompson and Company Limited. Agents for Western Union.
2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6.
Education multiplies their chances and places the world of opportunity in their hands. No matter where they are in the world, make sure they are prepared for their journey back to school with Western Union. School fees, books, room and board, whatever the reason. Knowledge, independence, opportunity. Western Union, moving money for better.
For our next one, I leave a girl we lie. For our next one, on who like to complain. For our next one, and when I leave the next one, I end up with our next one. You care that you in.
Up and running one more time. Good morning, everybody. On this Thursday, July 6th, final ladies' room for the week Carnival edition. It's been a fantastic week. Kicked it off with Alma Boy.
Woman they nice, and woman they sweet, but some of them wicked. Heavenly Father, before I wait.
Yesterday, Brother B. And now, of course, in the room we got Blaka Dan. Before we get to that, just want to say good morning and welcome everyone on the live. I don't think I shared this yet. Let me do that. Come on in, guys. Come on in, guys, and hit the share button. Yeah, we want to find out why he's stressed this year with all them kind of bacchanal song and them Force We Wicked. No, he glad we get he glad when thing happened to us. I don't understand. So we need to find out what's really going on with all this happiness behind about us and what's going on in my life. Anyways, guys, let me just welcome everybody. Good morning, Jenna Lynn. Good morning, Sonia. Good morning, Linda. Shauna, good morning. You're early. Come on in and hit the share button. Let me make sure I did myself before we... I know the vibe is kind of tense right now. I'm sure you know bad news always travel like wildfire. Later on, we're gonna talk about that. Yeah, I'm gonna go live on my private page and talk a little bit more about that. But
woman they nice and woman they sweet, but some of them wicked.
Enough telling people about the wicked. Hold on. Let's have Scratch doing some work for me. Let me make sure we good.
Can that you rain just when you're on? So you want to get better again. Woman they nice and woman they sweet, but some of them wicked. Woman they nice and woman they sweet, but some of them wicked. Heavenly Father, before I wake, protect me from the woman who want my heart to break. People say that you never make mistake, but before you make some woman, you should not wait. Rina make me cry, Crystal make me ball. Kissy put me so much, I thought she was a girl. I read a set of text and walk into a wall. And when I feel stress, they say woman I call, cause you care that you rain. Care that you rain. Papa said, all woman is the same. And you care that you rain. Care that you rain. Cause when they're on, so they won't take it wet again.
Yeah, that's new music. Good morning, Saucy Bane. Good morning, Sparkle. Candida. Good morning, Laurel, Michelle, Ingrid. Good morning, Della. Oh, Shante, tomorrow is your birthday. Well, happy birthday in advance. Hope you have a great celebration.
Heavenly Father, before I wake.
Good morning, Teresa. Who else is here? Lisa, good morning. Happy Thursday. Shout out to everyone on the live. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, good morning. Or if you're online on Power 95 FM, or of course you're listening to us on radio. So many ways.
For our
Jackie, good morning. I think I see you yesterday, Jackie. But anyways, morning. Good morning, Junies. Morning, Eva. Eva, which one is it? Sonia, Patrice, Alexander. Celine, good morning. Although you're out of time, I like it same way. Blaka not in the building. What up, Blaka? Hold on, we might have an echo. Let me just make sure I mute you here. Good. Right. What up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
The vibes.
I realize you're enjoying yourself this year.
Yes. Out here. Trust me.
I realize you're enjoying.
One of the best seasons I in line for. Talk about enjoyment. Talk about like feedback. To be this long in doing what I do and to be appreciated for what I do and the way how I do it is always a plus. And at this stage, I tell you, I'm really happy and I'm pleased with how things going thus far. And it's always a blessing. And long way after this conversation.
No,
so,
of course.
So,
finally in the room.
Mad.
Welcome to the room.
Yes.
And I'm glad you sort of set the tone because, like you said, to be in it this long and still be able to be where you are now. I mean, it takes a lot. And I was having the conversation yesterday with Brother B, and he sort of alluded to the same because he's been here for a while as well.
Yes.
And we were talking about how the pressure and the challenges to remain relevant and consistent in a business that's constantly evolving. You have new young artists popping up every day. Now you have the infusion of the bouillon and so much more making this thing different.
And I was about to say, especially with what I do, it's a bit more easier for Brother B than it is for me because what the music that I do more on the groovy side. And to stay relevant in that aspect, especially where you go to events now, you don't hear a groovy play. You understand? You don't hear groovy music. It kind of fading out like calypso.
Yeah. I have a problem with that. We're going to talk about that because
it's fading out like
I don't
calypso.
get it. I don't get it because
right now, just space. It's very
listen,
rare.
my thing is, not everywhere you go, the events are coded for 19, 20, 20, let's say up to early 30s.
True.
There are a lot of people like myself that still go out. We outside.
True.
And I don't have the energy to be running up and down with tree in my hand and bucket on my head. I don't have that kind of energy.
Yes,
so what about us? What about the people who go out there and want to have a good time? And something I know, sometimes I know we beat up on the DJs a lot, but sometimes I think it's important to read the crowd and make sure that everybody gets a piece. We can't power out our whole fete just for the people who come with energy to burn.
Songs on rotation over and over, and especially in a fete where the different demographic of people would be there, so on. And especially, I believe one of the issues mainly because Grenada, especially with events, I believe that it's lacking good MCs more so than the DJs. We put in a lot of blame on the DJs, but now the DJ could only do so much to liven up a place. But it take a really good MC to play groovy music and really have the place hype, still have the energy going. And Grenada, we have about one.
So you mean like hype the groovy song and make it sound like a power?
Like give people the energy because when especially like a song as Pinky song, for example, this is a song that if a real MC get behind.
Which one, Feeling?
Yeah, Feeling. You understand? When I go to, you understand? If a real MC get behind that or my groovy or there's a lot of groovy this year. If a good MC get behind it, it could do damage. But we have about for really events, we could say we have short leg, we have Jabba.
And Storm was
Storm. That is about it. Grenada, the whole Grenada. This is an island we're talking about. This is Grenada. We're talking about 1,000 people, and we could count on with fingers how much MCs we have. So I believe more so that we on the DJ's back, but no, them have to play thing to hype up because
to keep the momentum and keep the energy.
We don't have to stand out.
But you can find energy in listen with the grooves that I'm hearing.
You find out a point. You find out a point in regards.
Of course, you have a point because I'm telling you, with my I guess we were talking about age group. And it's something that I've been hearing in recent times when I'm asking why you ain't going somewhere. First thing I'm hearing, I can't keep up with thing. I can't keep up. I want something where I could, there's time and place. Time for the jump up, time for the run up and down, time for but at the same time you want a balance of sort. And I think that is what's missing in some of the events, the balance, the right balance,
Yeah,
and not
that is
just powering your way through,
kind
but
of
giving
sad.
us, because there's some sweet grooves that,
This
like you
year,
said, if you add the right energy to it, it sounds like a power soca.
yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
think it requires people being more conscious of what you're doing and how you're doing it, and to balance the scale somewhat, because it's sort of uneven now. For everybody can't, their niche isn't power. While you will try your hand at power, your
Yeah.
niche is
Groovy,
groovy,
groovy.
and you don't just want your groovy to be on radio.
Listen, and mind you,
Mhm.
I'm grateful at it on radio because see when I go out and perform it, people know it and people singing and I find in myself in like a corner, like a creek, like a corner, and I singing and I performing and I realize people know the songs word for word. And I thanks to radio first and foremost, then YouTube. But my music not playing in events, even though it could play in events, but it just I understand the demographic right now in regards to what parties is. And parties in this day and age right now is just they just want to put it with the money for the kunkun, bullet going off, and like they will make your song look like if it's not a good song. You understand what I'm saying? And tell you don't sing.
I
You
think
don't
we
sing.
need to have a collective gathering, and I'm not sure if it's something that the SMC want to pick up, but have sort of forum involving DJs, involving MCs.
You know what I'm saying? The Carnival City and thing.
And yes, Carnival City was a place where you got to experience,
The
the
demographic.
different demographic.
Yeah, in
So
music.
it's something that we probably need to, because there seems to be a divide. Because every year you hear, either the producer or the DJ
Everybody
or
passing
the
blame.
artist complain, and this one is that one and that one.
Nah.
I think we need to have a serious sit down, whether before or after, and let's put everything out there. What are some of the things that you
We could
think
do
can
to make
better?
it better, yeah.
And instead of every year you have people, the throwing of words, it is the blame game and
Sure.
all of that, but it's just repeating itself. It's like a cycle. Every
Over
year
every
we
year.
hear the complaints, but what are we doing to fix the complaints? How can we
Every
get everybody? I mean, you can't please everybody, but how can we get everybody to a comfortable place, to make this work?
Especially you see the older folks that love my music. They love my music, but the DJ is not playing it for them. Especially when they go to the events, they come to see me perform and thing, and they'll say they come to see me perform and then they will go home because the rest of the event is not for them. You understand? It's like that
There has
is
to be
why
balance.
yeah.
There has to be balance. Morning, Naya. But who do Blaka? So I'm asking the money business. So a woman, obviously. Morning, Sheena. Sheena says can't run up and down no more. I'm happy to give the people their room to play. No, listen, I can't. You just want that energy and that vibe to be right when you go to events. There's a lot of events. So at least an artist should feel comfortable going to an event and saying, yeah, I fit in here, and not feel like
True.
you're out of place.
True.
Like, what are you doing here?
True,
This is
because
not my place.
because it's like when I sing in my groovy, especially with an event with a full power cast, I have to find a way to put this out. And sometimes you lose the real groove of my music. You lose the real essence of it because it's not fitting for the environment that we think about. Being an entertainer, you had to perform anyway and everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes you had to jump like the power and you had to think like the power and thing. But I would rather perform my song as for what it is. But sometimes you had to change and you had to kind of switch it up, and that what makes you great, But if we had avenues, whereas we could have done it, because right now as we speak, like when I leave from here, I go in a like a practice session, and what I intend to do is get a DJ with a little system and go and go Grenville or somewhere, put down and let artists like per se like Juice, like people who don't really again play, like especially for the groovy side, we are put down in our bar in Grenville, and whoever want to come and sing, they come and sing and we entertain and we put on with groovy music there. That's what I intended to do now, because I realize we have to do it ourselves.
I was about to say, my next question is regarding that's another part you see getting constant criticism every year about who's not pushing who and who's not doing what. And like I asked Brother B yesterday, a lot of the times you'll hear and see artists complaining themselves about DJs not playing the music, radio stations not playing the music. But some artists don't even play their own music.
Don't even sing their own music.
Don't even promote themselves. Because
True.
what I always do, anytime I see an artist start complaining about who's not playing and what not playing, I automatically go to their page and do a search from the top, go down.
And they're not even sharing their own
don't
music.
even listen. It is your page. It is your music. Whether somebody like it, they don't like it, share it. Put
It's
it out
yours.
there. Create a YouTube page so we can go to YouTube and see your music, a collection of all your songs over the years. No disrespect to my boy Greens King, but I shouldn't have to go to Greens King just to get your music. I should see different labels coming up where your music, your songs are attached to. You can't just be putting the pressure on one person to put your music out there. So you send it to Greens King and you don't even send it to your own self to post on your own page. But then everybody's everybody's to blame for not pushing you. Like it's like me doing my job and expecting somebody to push me. This is my job. This is your 8 to 4, your 9 to 5.
It's exactly. And if it's one thing you can say about Blaka does get behind it.
Listen,
Blaka is a man.
you understand the assignment when it comes to that, because you not only gives us audio, you give us visuals.
Visuals.
You one of the, who I think really started the whole video movement, making videos for your songs, and now folks are catching on
to perfection
because it gives it life. It adds life to it.
Yeah, I don't just to say pick up a camera and just shoot for shooting sake. I go into a whole production aspect of it. I cast people that I think is best fitting for the role. You understand what I'm saying? And I make moments, and and like it kind of come to a point right now. It kind of water down, to tell the truth, because just a lot of videos, and it no creativity to it. So like I trying to look to different avenues. Like once is marketing, I all for it. You understand what I'm saying? And that is what I believe that we lack as artists, the marketing aspect of it. And we fail to, if we fail in one aspect, to reach out to somebody that that actually have the talent to do it, and to say, yo, what you feel I could do to promote this song? What like that is what we lack. We believe as artists here, we bigger than what the market really is. You understand what I'm saying? Because listen to me, I as an artist here, but you'll see me walking in the road normal, you'll see me moving normal. Sometimes I hail an artist in thing, and them give me some kind of cool hail and thing, as though you can try saying everybody had this kind of pride, as though we making the world of money. You understand what I'm saying? And them is the biggest thing. Or they have a song and you can't hear them again. They answer your back at the below the voice and whatnot and thing. And Grenada is a place where we don't get paid. Anybody could attest to that. We don't get paid for our service. Not the police, not nobody. Grenada is a place of where we have to network. And this is how we will stand out to the world. It's not a place really of just money. It's a place of networking and working together. That is the only, you see this.
But how would you fix it? Y'all have tried several soca organizations and soca.
That is failure, boy. That is
failure. And y'all just can't seem to come together and form one body that would have, whether you have a president, a vice president, and somebody who speaks on behalf of the organization, but you all collectively agree on things that you want discussed. And for several years, I know Shotbury tried. So many tried. I tried to have to have a soca organization, and nothing has come of it.
Listen, when you talk, artists going behind your back and because they feel as though they will get a favor, or what less something. I had a small issue with Spice Mass in regards to payment of artists and so on and thing. When I talk about that,
I remember you raised about not getting paid to perform at launch
at the launch and so on, and I saying, yo, why? Weezy thing. Why we don't? Why the man don't put only 10 getting paid, the MC getting paid? Why we don't? You understand what I'm saying? I say, yo, thing, and I talk about it, and
it's just a job. It's a job.
And I get blacklisted basically, and artists, artists explain to me, but I want no Carnival, I want no launch from ever since. Artists just come and do a thing.
Because we know that way doesn't mean that's the way it should be.
So I try to bring a standard to the thing, and it's like, man, thing. But this year it's been a major improvement. You understand what I'm saying? And at least, even if you use the scapegoat, even if everybody at the right off your back and you get blacklisted and so on and things, sometimes it just need to be said. But the unity within artists, is really, it mostly so happens when artists having an event and then everybody come together and thing. But behind the scenes, brother, if we had to pull together to work together, everybody had different agendas. Everybody have their own way how they want to do the thing, and nobody really want to unite in them with it. I say all that to say that if you're kind of feeling in one aspect, you can reach out to a man like Blaka. I gifted in certain aspects in regards, especially with creativity. That is where my mind does go all over the place. You understand what I'm saying? And I doesn't want to do things normal. So, you could reach out to me and you could say, yo, how you feel I should market this song? How you feel I should think? Don't just sit back and just blame DJ. And a lot of man, they lack the talent to market their own. They will sit down in their room, they will perform it to the thing. But when they reach on the stage, just standing up thing, I didn't say you're gonna be the best or whatnot and thing. But it takes you to show people what your thing is really worth and what your thing is about. You understand? It starts with you. You understand? So blaming
Well,
a
they
DJ.
say united we stand, divided we fall.
Yeah,
So if there's
that
no
is
unity, then it's hard for you to make demands. You can't make demands as a single person. Go and stand up before and be like, we move
Watch
there,
out.
that coming from a place.
I
But
realize
as a
DJs.
body, if you come together as a body, whether it's DJs, whether it's artists, and you say, hey, we want to talk. Let's talk. This is what we like to see happen. We're not sure how it's gonna happen, but these are some of the ideas we have to improve the product, to improve Carnival. What do you think? It's a give and take situation. But if everybody's in their own corner, mumbling, grumbling among themselves, and don't want to unify, it's never gonna change. It's gonna remain
It's a
that
eat a
way.
food mentality. You know, it's just a eat a food mentality, doggy dog. You know. Yeah.
It's sad though. So then, if that is the case, then people should not complain.
You know, but on a positive note, a lot of nice music come out early.
Yo, what's your take on what you've been hearing so far?
I love it. It's just not getting the I wouldn't say the airplay. A lot of music playing on the radio, but outside there, when people like per se go to event and think they're not hearing the music there. So what they hear now, the gauging the whole season based on that. And then the DJs backing it up now and they say, oh, let's sing shopping in, so let's sing. But no, that is not the truth.
That's not true.
You understand? A
will
lot
not
of
agree
music
with that.
came out early, but it's just what the push. And I always say, okay, here we're going on. If Voice was to come here and he has to say, what's the number one song in Grenada right now? You understand? What's the number one song in and you play it and he's like, well, that number one song in the whole. You understand what I'm saying? So like what the pushing. I don't say that these people don't have a place, but it's not supposed like
It's not supposed to dominate.
that is the number. Like if you go to Trinidad, if you go to Barbados, you know it's the number one song in Barbados right now. A song we're going. I drink it, it deliver. I drink plenty liquor. That is a good song. You understand what I'm saying? This is what dominates outside. If you go to Trinidad, you would never see this kind of music is the number one music.
Because those things have their time. Not saying when you go to Trinidad, if you don't hear them,
you go hear the little thing, the little Trinidad killer.
Let's say you won't hear
the little
it,
thing, but it's not.
You would, but it's not something that would dominate the season. And that is something that I have serious concerns about.
Because it's like a representation making me look like you know like what's it so like that's what we have to offer. You understand what I'm saying? So it's making us look as though we're delinquent in a way.
So that again brings me back to the point of balance. We have to know when to balance.
And we have to know what, because okay, if you're to put my song, right? And or Pinky song, or you know it had the whole them the Alma Boy, the Looney Spark, and them, if you to put that to the song that them saying is number one, whatnot, and you also let a foreigner listen to it. And you say, which one of these two songs is the bigger music? What do you feel the foreigner go say? You understand what I'm saying? The foreigner go be like, well, this one over here, you know, most likely. You understand? Because that is what they can more understand. This is what make more sense to go on the outside. But when you sit down now and you say, but all little singing nothing that could go on the outside, if you say let a foreigner listen to the gauge the two and say which one is the bigger song. You understand? They would say, well, this one over here, but now in Grenada,
it's a different story.
We would say, but this
we
is
seriously
the
need to
thing.
have the conversation, and I just wish that yourself and other artists would really, speak up. Let your voices be heard. Let us know what's going on. Form an association. Have a collective body that can speak with one voice, so we can fix these things. Because these aren't things that can't be fixed. It's just having a better understanding of the product and what we're delivering. It's not Grenada. Carnival is no longer a local thing.
Yeah.
It's not just for Grenadians. There are people coming out from all over the world. Grenadians, non-Grenadians, Carnival lovers, not lovers of Grenada. Carnival lovers, people who follow carnivals everywhere. And we have to make it a point that more people come. More people enjoy what we have. More people enjoy the product, and we just can't water it down or sell ourselves short just because, okay, you want to just have run up and down.
We have to remember the representation of an island. That is first and foremost. If you really and truly love Grenada, you go choose out the best set of music out of here, and you go amplify that. But when you choose to amplify just the local stuff, I don't say that you don't have the time and place. I just like it. Some I just be jumping up and thing, but what have to be at the forefront to represent us as a nation has to be of sense. It have to make sense to represent us because we are sense here, we don't stupid here. You understand? You could never tell me I can't find no music that has the body, they have the merit to represent this island because
But
we
in all
carnival
fairness,
out
we
there
did.
already.
We have the likes of Vaughn with Finally and songs that that was last year that's still sounding
But
good
Vaughn been singing
in
this music for ages
ages before we
before.
got the recognition. That's
You
true. So
understand what I'm saying?
I guess it's a constant
Yo,
knocking.
listen, I watched Juice perform. Juice is very talented. Juice
No, Juice
voice
has
and
an
thing. But
amazing
now them
voice.
Harvey he has I don't want to say the word I want to say, but the Harvey he has though he don't good enough. You know who good?
Juice is super
Watch Violin for instance.
talented. Juice and the Valley. And I'm trying to put every year I try to put my finger on the pulse or try to understand what is it that's missing, that's not getting them to the next level, because
The
when it
music
comes
is
to
good.
vocals there's no
They just
questioning
perform good.
their
But
vocals.
in Grenada, we have them is second tier talent is not what is at the forefront in regards to our especially our soca and our like what we tend to love. Is not talent. Talent is not number one. Like any other island, talent will be well. What this man real talented when Skinny Fabulous come for you and he put on a freestyle and a beat, you realize this man real talented boy. That is at the forefront of St. Vincent. You understand? A man like Problem Child. This man is a brilliant writer. That is the forefront of St. Vincent. You understand what I'm saying?
And someone here is saying, social media like IG and TikTok makes a great difference. So maybe artists probably need to start exploring other options.
Yeah.
Because I've seen songs blow up on TikTok before they even blow up on radio or on media or anything like that. TikTok and made those songs.
It
I'll
comes
hear
to
songs and I'll
marketing.
go searching for it on TikTok. Oh, did you realize? Well, it's not even out there like that. But it takes a lot of if people understand their craft, taking time to put in the work to get to that level that they want to. It can't be just a hobby, and a lot of artists treat it like a hobby. It's seasonal, so
Yeah.
it is a consistent effort. And Sunset City is not about running down, you see, and that is the problem, because a lot of people don't have the conversation. We talk about it in the background, but every time people are open and expressing themselves, we see it as running down, and we're not seeing it as constructive
That is
criticism
it.
or ways
That
to
is it.
to build what we have, or ways to make the product better. Because if that is the case, everybody remains mute, we're not gonna get where we want to go, really. So sometimes it may sound like it, but for those who are in it, they understand what they're going through. And I mean, I could understand me being an artist and putting good music out and trying and you're not seeing the results. You could easily say, you know what, let me give this up and find something else to do with my time. But I continue to put in the music, put in the work, but it's just not happening. So we're looking at the whys. Why isn't it happening? And some of the ways that we can probably make it happen.
It has to start with networking within ourselves because it has to begin with us, especially we the artists. Listen, we cannot look to the DJs and expect the DJs to automatically play us. You understand? If you look at Blaka, and I put myself as an example, I realize that my music is not playing in events. I realize I have big music. See in trouble, big. People linking me all over for that song. You understand what I'm saying? Wicked, big. You understand? It's very relatable. People could identify with it, and it's singable, good melodies, good. You understand? Recorded properly, good quality, everything. But I realize, however, I hear it on radio right through. Big up all them stations and then big up power. I have my music on rotation. I cannot say thing and
Now, if you
power.
complain, you lie.
Yeah,
Trust
you
me.
understand? And power is
Now
a
I'm gonna
place.
call you bad man
Yeah.
if you
and power is a place of quality and when you come onto the station you hear quality music here. You understand? But I get to realize as a man I just go little events and thing. I like cruise and thing. I get to realize, boy, they don't play that Blaka boy, they don't play that Pinky boy, they don't play that.
So you
thing.
never do like back in the day, you go by the DJ and say, look my flash drive, play my music.
Nah, you can't do that all way. But them man and them watching your side eye, them man and watching your
You see, Mr. Chris is making a very important point here, and that was my next question to you, because like I said, and I said the same thing to Brother B yesterday. a lot of artists don't understand the importance of networking, of having a proper management structure,
Hmm.
and
That
public
is
and
true.
public relations.
That is
Because as
true.
an artist, sometimes you don't have to do all of that.
That
If you
is
have
true.
somebody who can represent you,
That
who
is true.
can
We
a
lack in
manager who
that.
can reach
Yeah.
out to different events and say, can I get my artist on? And not
Hmm.
necessarily, because what we have a lot of the time, the artist just sitting back waiting and hoping that a promoter notices them or hears their song and reaches out to them. So
That is
that is
true.
where networking comes on. A manager knows a promoter, contacts promoter. Hey, can you get my artist on? We usually charge 1,000, but we could probably give us a five just to get my artist on. Build relationship, build a network, and have people in PR who are responsible for putting you out there, putting your music out there, your image and everything. When they have an event and that requires you being on a flyer, we ain't see you with a flyer on the flyer with the same T-shirt from 10 years ago. We don't even recognize you because you have dreads now. Your last flyer, you didn't have hair, you didn't have no dread. This time you have, and I'm looking at a flyer of you from years ago. I have to look good to see you without beard and without hair. All those things, contribute to, and people don't. A lot of artists don't realize that. Take photos. Go get professional done shots. A man book you. You want to be on his show. Send us a picture. Don't tell me go on Facebook and take a picture or send me on Instagram. And I've had artists do that. Tell me to go through their profile. I'm like, what, you serious or you joking?
That is true. That is
I
true.
mean, I've been part of the, events, and one that comes to mind specifically was Charles Marshall when I was helping with one of the events, a white event, and we booked Charles Marshall, and his manager said, listen, I'm going to send you his portfolio and I'm going to send you photos that we want to be used as marketing. So it was no case of go on the profile and take down a picture, or go on a man tell me go on your Facebook and choose a picture. I'm like,
Yeah, we lack in that
what?
regard. We lack in that
I'm like,
regard.
dude, could you
We
get me a
definitely do.
picture and send it to me? That is not my responsibility to go search your page looking for an appropriate picture. Invest in yourself. Go to one of the photo. Matter of fact, phone so bad these days you don't even know the difference. Take your phone, find a blank wall, white or gray, dress up nice, and let your girl take a picture of you, and
Mhm.
have that. When an artist book you, you send your thing, you go on the flyer looking like how we know you and not 10 years ago. So it takes a lot to really understand this game. That's why I said I wish we could have more, um whether it's such programs, or whether we have more meetings or
Yeah,
what have you, and all these things explained to artists, to understand your image is part of your brand. So
true.
sometimes you might be saying, well, I have good music, it's not getting played, but it's not only your music, your personality. Do we click?
Image.
Do we your image? Do we
Mhm.
do we click? Do we find some sort of, something there to say, yeah, boy. There's
Yeah.
sometimes they don't know you have an artist, they song and even song, but when they hit the stage, just the way they look is so
Yeah.
appealing that it gets your
It,
attention.
get you into it. It's true, and I would say too that like one of the reasons why I would say that artists today don't really have like PR teams and so on. Everything starts with a foundation, and I would say that when I came into this, like when you started to tell promoters, I was young in the business, and when you started to tell promoters, link my manager and thing, and say, well, link, you don't get a call again, and so on. And this is things that have been happening for years since before me. You understand? Because man could have just call an artist and say, I want to book you for this, I want to book you for that, and whatnot and thing, and it kind of became a kind of trend in regards to you could link a artist straight up or whatnot and thing, and before you get a thing man saying you get big, you get
Let
whatnot,
man say what they want to
and
say. This is
I
your
say I
job.
just tell you now. So because when you decide you want to do things at a certain standard, I would say there's no unity. So now they could go to our next man and say, you're gonna, thing, you get through that money, you work
It's
with that
true,
money, and then
because we
after,
don't understand it. It takes,
and so I would say that them thing, if them foundation they did start from it could be done, we should do it, and it's a very good initiative to really start, and because we need a proper industry. We need a proper industry as to whereas you could deal with a manager, even DJs could have managers, even someone saying we could have a PR team, we could have people that putting out like an article for us, and these things and them. But like
we have to know, but
it
we
isn't,
have to get
yeah,
to a
yeah,
place where we are
hmm,
professional about it. That is your
yeah,
8 to 4, your 9 to 5. Treat it as such. It's not
hmm,
the your usual how I come sit here but it's your 8 to 4, 9 to 5. That is how you
True.
get. That is how you put money in your pocket. If it's a full-time job, if you're just doing it on the side, then whatever goes.
Mhm.
But they can't be. Mr. Lex said it's hard to do a lot of things. We need to start by putting more things in place so we can be paid properly. And that would give
Yeah.
artists the drive to do more. Everything comes at a cost. It's expensive to do a lot of things that will help artists reach far. Listen, like I said, the same way you invest in yourself when you have a business is the same way you invest in yourself, regardless of your craft. So we can't make the excuses. Either you're in it or you're not.
True.
So if you're in
because
it,
because
get it right.
if it become really like a financial thing in regards to everybody had to really invest into it, a lot of things will be filtered out then, because then you would see what because that what Trinidad and thing is. Trinidad is you have to have money to market your music out there, you have to have money to do everything, but because everything is just this freeness, you get this disposal of anything happen, anything goes, and this is the type of music that we end up with, because anybody could just go and do a thing now. Is nothing as per se like an industry, whereas you had to have a PR team, you had to have management, you had to have certain things in place to become an artist, especially in Grenada. It become like anything goes.
I mean, and I think it goes across the board, and it's not just the artists, because there'll be instances where I've heard artists say, you know what, um, an artist come to check you, and you'll tell a promoter comes to check you, and you'll tell the promoter, well, check your manager, and the promoter will be laughing like,
What do you?
manager.
What do
You
you?
do nigga things today,
Yes.
never go nowhere. He ain't gonna date and manager. Me ain't gonna talk to the manager. Give me your price.
Yeah.
So
Or
it
you
takes
feeling big? Sometimes you
it's
hang up the
everybody
phone.
respecting each other, respecting the art, respecting the art form. If a man says to you, "Hey, deal with this person," that is the way he decided to take his career, and he decided to go the serious way. So, man, give me that for 200.
Yeah. You know?
This artist giving me I could book that artist for 500. You come in and tell me 1,000. So
Yeah.
it's just respect for the art form, and I think that is what's lacking. Everybody not respecting each other and understanding that we all have a part to play in all of this, and an important part to play. We put in all the pieces and we have this nice beautiful picture. It can't be one person wanting everything to go his way, because as a promoter, of course, your whole aim is to make money. You don't put on an event not to make money. So the same way the artist who is performing go into the studio, which is not free, and then we want them to take care of the images, outfits and what have you, that also requires money. So it's just not one person, one hand. It's not. We have to have respect for the art form, and I think that is what's missing. Now, for somebody who's been in the game for so long, and of course, you've won the title Groovy Monarch a couple of times. Tell us about your next move. What's going on from here?
Well, you know your boy in Goofy this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know how the
With
boy.
scene trouble.
Yeah. You
Mm-hmm.
know how the boy thing does set up and thing, and as I say, I finding myself as I was making the point earlier that I realized it not really playing in events and thing again. A lot of radio play. I can bash nobody in regards to thing. I ain't bashing nobody in regards to the events either, because I understand what the events is now.
It's about money.
So yeah, so I understand that. So I find in myself in all like a corner. Like next week, I did Chublu Bay Wednesday with Andre with the band. I find myself, I go and put on my music down
You
there.
have to put yourself out.
Watch man, every way had like a thing, and I could touch
It
him.
remind me of COVID time when an artist was out of work, and Tolfer came here one day and he was like, "Listen, all you want me come back tomorrow." He just was like, anyway, you go. You see, he passing by a shop here, so please
Yeah.
pulling up and just want to sing, just want to
Yeah, that
perform,
is it.
because it's a love, and
That
apart
is it.
from the money, there's a genuine love for it, because there's no way I'm gonna be singing all these years and I can't see the benefits and I'm still doing it.
Yeah. So-
It's a
so-
love.
so-
It's a love that keeps a lot of you going most of the time.
You had to get behind what you're doing. You have to get behind it. So as I say now, what's in store for me right now? I just all about marketing my music. All about marketing. You will see Blaka than all over singing, and nice thing about it is that people know the music. So when I reach, people don't know stranger to it. When I reach the chorus, that glad you see, it's pull up. You understand what I'm saying? And with Wicked is the same thing. We just released this rhythm with Up in There. Big up to Mr. Legs on this production. It's basically a nice old school rhythm that that they did over and make it current, and it sung a real good Talpy on the rhythm. Big up Valin, big up Little John, big up Mr. Legs, and is a
I
nice
like the
nice
old school flavor.
yo.
I like the old.
When you do with your partner.
And then you have Ponga Rice. You haven't heard Ponga
Yes,
Rice. Stop for bringing
yes,
back Ponga Rice and
yes.
Nodley. Fat man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. So
Yeah,
it's,
man.
it's a good look. It's a good look. I always
Yeah.
look forward to bringing those songs back to life every year, and I like when
Yo,
Mr. Lex is definitely taking it
he does
upon himself
always
to
do
do
that
that.
every year.
Bring back a rhythm that was popping in the day and making it
Yeah.
sound really good now.
Yes.
We'll be almost out of time, but of course I want you to perform that song for us in a minute. But let me see what Marvin is saying. As a producer, I can say half of the artists in Grenada feel like producers who just give them everything free and still want to be in their feelings. So that is what I'm saying, Marvin, the respect. We need to have mutual respect for everybody involved in the industry and stop the blaming, stop the finger pointing, and realizing that, hey, it should be a collective effort to make this better. We've come a long way. If you listen to the songs we have now, the quality as to what we had compared as to what we had back in the day, it pales in comparison. So there's a lot to be thankful for. We've come a long way, but we still got some ways to go to really make this work. And like I said, I am praying and hoping that we'll see an association, artists coming together to really, really talk in one voice, and we can make this thing better. So I continue to keep the faith. Continue to keep the faith. Yeah. So artists, yeah, I really need to do it this time. Really, really. I think the time is right now. Yeah. So let me find the other song, and then we'll come back.
It's dirty water, so it's dirty behavior. I stay open if I be dirty. The water dirty, I stay open if I be dirty. The water dirty, I stay open if I be dirty. The water dirty, I stay open if I be dirty. The water dirty, it's dirty water. Hey, first they say it must be Morby. It's not Morby, it's not Morby. Then they say it must be coffee. It is not if no maybe. No maybe. That does make me behave dirty. As soon as you take a sip, you want to dirty the tongue. You don't need no sugar if you want to make a rum down. If anybody asks you where you get your dirtiness from, just run in the back, open the pipe and start to sing out this song. As you open the pipe, be dirty. You want to dirty. As you open the pipe, be dirty.
We can't relate to that.
Open the pipe, be dirty. You want to dirty. As you open the pipe, be dirty. You want to dirty. It's dirty water, so it's dirty behavior.
That rhythm
It's
sick.
dirty water, so it's dirty behavior. It's dirty water, so it's dirty behavior.
Listen, man, keep the faith.
It's dirty water,
Keep the faith.
so it's dirty behavior.
Upon the wickedness you're singing there, I ain't sure about that.
Bambadam, bidibim bim bidim bim bidibidim bidibim bim. Bambadam, ding 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 ding. Bambadam, oh Lord, Lord, hurt me worse than a toothache. Cannot describe the pain. No, it cannot be heartbreak. I do not have heart again. I cannot say you was perfect, but at least you was mine. When I thought you was worth it, turn out to be a liar. Yeah, why? You left the grass that green and thought it more green on the other side. And when you reach, you get deceived and you see that the grass was dry. He hurt you once, he hurt you twice, and he only making you cry. And I cannot lie, I feeling some type of joy. I'm glad you see it. Yeah, I'm glad you see in trouble.
You want to see your way when you're wishing people bad.
Watch that, wishing it, that wishing it. You meet up that to them. You meet up that to them. On your own, you know. Ah, yeah, you're catching you. Bim, 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 bim. Ah, yeah, you're catching you. Ding, 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 ding.
Fast.
While I'm playing me. Mama.
We're not together no more, so I know why you invested in my business.
Listen, this is why you come into me. Come here, man. Enough time I look at the past. Then look when you pass. And right now you look like a pass. And I had you in upper class. See, I can't want no good for you. When you don't want that for yourself, look at all of the things we go through. Never left you for no one else, and yet you leave the grass that green and thought it more green on the other side. And when you reach, you get deceived and you see that the grass was dry. He hurt you once, he hurt you twice, and he only making you cry. And I cannot lie, I feeling some type of joy. I'm glad you see it. Yeah, I'm glad you see it, trouble.
Don't worry about me.
After all the things you put me
I
through,
want you to be well,
I
man.
hoping that it. Hey, I hear you catching you. Da, 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 da. Hear you catching you. Da, 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 bum, bum, ba, da. While I'm playing me. You're catching your ass. I don't mean to laugh. Girl, I know. You must be feeling away, girl, I know. But you will get through it someday, and I know. You wish you could turn back time. If all of the heartache make you see what is right, then I'm glad you see it. I'm glad you see it, trouble. After all the things you put me through, I'm hoping that the double. Lord, I hear you catching your ass. Lord, yeah, you catching your ass. Boy, when I play me,
Sheila, I don't know what's going on.
you catching your
Between he and Sandman and them throw one straight shade season. Shade season straight all the way. It's throw one for us this season, Papa. Let them enjoy themselves. Thank God it's until what? August?
funny enough, it's women that like the song.
No, remember, I love that song.
Women, listen,
I got into she that I started having laughing and stooping at the same time. Like my move.
listen. Yeah, I'm telling women, I love this song, I love this
I
song.
love it. The first time I heard it, asked them, I came on here and I was dying laughing.
Yes,
I
but
was like, listen to he boy. And then man and then finally get something to rejoice about.
not just that, they taking it to their situation, women taking it and turn it around. And they call any man name and they say,
We need a woman now to come and counteract that. We need Valine to come now and answer you. And say, we glad you when we see what you're going through right now. You came in nice and fluffy when we together. You leave now and you're looking like standard one.
I'm telling you, man, we gotta walk it out.
But Blaka, thanks so much, bro. What's happening? What else is going on for the season? Of course, you're going into the Groovy, where folks can hear your music and find it and follow you and what other things you got going on.
So, in regards to like social media, it's Blakadan for Facebook, BLAKADAN. There's no C in Blakadan, and for what I gotta say WhatsApp. For Instagram, it's also Blakadan, no C. TikTok, Blakadan, no C. You know, BLAKADAN. You know, you find me there. I do
YouTube.
Also have I just started my YouTube channel. You can find my music video there for Wicked. You know, I just started it and it's really doing really great. You know, I was encouraged to, you know, have my own page going, my own channel.
You need to.
Yeah, so is definitely beneficial in that regard. So YouTube, Blakadan, there's some little short like performances videos on YouTube as well. You know, I have it as the short stories on YouTube. So you know, you could get that as well. So yeah, yeah, man. Not love to everybody that's showing me love this year. Trust me, I'm getting a lot of love, a lot of messages, a lot of people telling me like, yo, your standard of writing, the level how you just bring reality across is really creative and all I will have me going. Listen to me. My fans is not fans who are just behind hype because, you know, Blakadan is the hottest thing. It's people that actually respect what I do. And I'm happy that this is these people I have in my corner because I know when I come out, these people is who I coming out for. People that appreciate craft and putting in the work, you know. So enough love. Big up to the artists them that putting in the work as well. Big up to my friends and them in the industry. You know, let me work together, let me make 2023 Spice Mass one of the best ever. You don't know soca gonna be crazy, especially the groovy side.
Groovy gonna be nice.
You know we coming.
That's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Listen to me. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be nice. World class, and we're gonna have the world looking, and we're going and represent. So big up to everybody that's supporting the events so far leading up. You know, and we're looking forward for all the support more so in regards to, you know, when the artists and them doing their stuff and whatnot and thing. You know, come out and, you know, give us the energy, man. You know how we things stay. Bring it out to the world.
Thanks so much, Blaka.
Enough
And all
love.
the best moving forward, man. Looking forward to seeing you in Groovy.
Oh, you
2023.
man. Watch me.
And when you reach, you get deceived and you see that the grass was
time we got today, folks. We'll see y'all on Monday, God's will. Still to come, we got Juice, Inspector, Mr. Legs. Yeah, they'll be coming through the ladies' room Carnival edition. So line up next week. We're good to go. All right. And of course, don't forget on Saturday we're on the road, the Power Road Show together with Flo. So look out for us. We're going around the island and of course making stops in different places. So make sure you're part of it. We're gonna be on the road with Flo this Saturday. Have a great Thursday. See y'all tomorrow.
You're catching your ass.